What's up, guys? My name is Tate Murdoch. I am a private pilot going on to be an instrument pilot, and I did flight training without a dime of debt. Here's how.
Concordia traffic, Skywalk 12751 left, final for 18, Concordia traffic.
Did good?
Okay.
Did real good.
Oh my gosh!
And when I say anyone can do it, I truly mean anyone can do it. I'm a welder by trade. I really only make around $3,000 a month. And I'll put a picture right above of my budget, kind of what it looks like per month. But I only take home $1,500 after all my expenses. And so really, this is how I became a private pilot with only $1,500 a month. So now you're probably wondering, how do I do it? Well, we're going to go into those three things right now. Number one, pay cash. Yes, cash money. Number two, have a steady income and a strict budget. Number three, have a good reason behind why you're doing it. Okay, pay cash for your flying. And I'm not talking after 3 or 4 flights. I'm talking after every flight or at the end of every week. Make sure you pay cash. Don't let it add up, because now suddenly you have a $1,500 bill and your tire goes out on your truck. Now you don't have $1,500 because it pulls out of the money you went for flying. The money you set aside, it pulls out of that. So now you don't have that money. So pay cash after each flight. It's going to help you monitor your budget. It's going to help you keep track of how much you're spending and how much you have left to spend each month. Paying cash encourages commitment. You are going to get more out of each flight. You're going to challenge yourself to get more out of each flight when you are paying that money in cash. So if I flew for an hour and I have to hand somebody $175, you best know the next time I go up, I'm going to make sure I get everything out of that hour, because I physically felt what it felt like when I handed him $175. Paying cash also lets you have more control over your training, because say something comes up, a better job comes up, and you want to move. You're free to move. You're free to find another CFI. You're free to find another airplane, because you're not stuck owing the CFI. You're not stuck owing the flight school. You're not stuck owing the airplane owner. You can leave. Here's the thing. It's not all going to be sunshine and rainbows. Doing it, cash flowing your pilot's license, is going to be slower. It's going to take more months. It's going to take more time. But it's already a long process because you're waiting on the weather. You may not get done as fast as your friends or the people that are doing it in debt. But when you are done, you're going to have a feeling like no other, because you don't owe anything from the past, from all your training. It's done. You have to have a steady income. The reason why is because you can't just stop flying. Flying is a skill that needs to be practiced consistently. And if you stop flying because you don't have the money, you're going to lose that consistency. So you have to have a steady income. When I was getting my private pilot's license, I was working 48 to 50 hours a week on top of flying, because I needed that steady income to keep paying for my flying. Also, as you know, there's going to be many other expenses while you're flying. You're going to have tires go out. You're going to need an oil change. You're going to have things that come up. And so you need to have the income to also pay for those, while maybe you fly less that month. But you need to continue to keep flying. So you have to have enough money in there to where you can pay those little things that come up and continue to pay for your flight training. Now, budget. Have a budget for your money. I know, budget sounds like a stupid word. Why would I ever have a budget? I'm telling you, it just tells you where your money is going. You want to know where your money is going every month. And on that budget, have it set out, have it strict. So I'll just throw up some of my expenses right here. My housing and rent was $550 a month. My insurance was $200 a month. My gas bill was $35. My electrical bill was $80, and my Wi-Fi was $45 a month. I planned $200 for gas. I planned $200 for groceries, and I had $100 in fund money. So that was my money for the month, and I stuck to a budget. I use every dollar. It's a Ramsey thing. It works great. The free version is amazing. If you get the paid version, it's even better. But that's what I stuck to. And I didn't spend money on the little things. I didn't go buy pop. I didn't go to Sonic. I didn't spend all that money because I was saving it so I could get my goal. Have a bigger reason for doing it without debt than just you wanting to do it without debt. Have a bigger reason. Have something deeper. For me, it's my faith. That's what was pushing me to do this, because if you don't have a deeper reason, you're going to give up. You're just going to go get a credit card, or you're going to start letting that money add up to your instructors and the people that you're renting your airplane from. So have a deeper reason. Mine's my faith. Here's why. To me, it was more than just a financial decision. It has to go all the way back to my faith. So God calls us to be a good steward of the things that he has given us. And one of those things is my money. And so I didn't want debt in order to do this. The Bible talks about debt in Proverbs 22:7. It says, "The rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender." I didn't want to be slave to a flight company or a credit card or the things that I was paying for my training with. And so I just did it purely with cash. The Bible also says in Romans 13:8, owe no one anything except for love each other. For one who loves another has fulfilled the law. So don't owe people anything. So, a lot of people take on debt for flight training. Here's some of the 3 main reasons. High upfront costs. Let me tell you what. My upfront cost for flight training was probably under $2,000. I got a nice Bose headset, I got the bag, I did my medical, and I did my written. And I bet it was under $1,500, actually. The upfront cost isn't that much. Just don't go to some big organized flight school. Do it through Part 61. Find an instructor, find a plane, do it that route. The second one, an accelerated career program. Basically, they're trying to get to the airlines as fast as possible. Let me tell you what, you have to build hours no matter what. You're going to have to stop at some point, find a job, and build hours. We all have to do that. So you may get to your commercial pilot's license faster, but we're all going to have to stop at some point, get a job, and take the time to build our hours. It's not going to be that much faster in the long run. Lastly, they do it because of a lack of personal savings. Stop and save up some money. Okay, my upfront cost was $2,000, but that's because I went and bought a nice Bose headset. That's because I went and got the bag. If I really wanted to, the upfront probably could have been under $500. Easily under $500. Now your flight training is going to start costing once you start flying. But save up the money. Just set some aside. Once you do your budget, you're going to start noticing that there's money every month that you have extra. It's going to give you a raise because you're going to start seeing where your money's going. Set some aside. Trust me, the peace of mind will be unimaginable compared to if you do it with debt. So stop, save money, and then start. So let me tell you what. It took me 9 months. Took me 3 months to solo. Took me $10,400. It got me 100 flight hours, which is way more than you need. It gave me peace of mind. And when I walked out of that plane after completing the check ride and he said, satisfactory, everything I owed was already paid off. Do it the better way. Do it without debt. Okay, guys, from wheels up to touchdown. Until next time, when you take off with Tate. Man, I feel like this thing makes my hat look really funny. It's kind of weird.